Is this a supply-side story, or are we starting to worry about demand?
As always, I'm going to be boring and say that it's both. Clearly, what traders are confronted with right now, though, is a situation where they're starting to see the prospect of those OPEC cuts, which have underpinned the market in recent months, being unwound against a period where the demand outlook may, as you're alluding to in your economic commentary, be getting more uncertain. It's worth pointing out that thus far, since the end of the pandemic, demand has been strong and tended by historical standards to be strong, adding 2 million barrels a day last year, which is very healthy, and by historical standards strong again this year and ahead of expectations. So that may well continue, but I do think that the decision that OPEC made at the weekend probably makes the market more vulnerable to any wobbliness in demand.
Well, can we talk about the decision over the weekend? A bit of confusion around it. On the one hand, they're extending. On the other hand, they could boost supply a little bit later this year. Where should the emphasis be?
I think the emphasis should be on the fact that it was a deal that enabled OPEC to continue presenting a united front until the end of next year and deal with some slightly tricky issues. The most important issue that they managed to deal with was the production level for the UAE. The UAE has always felt that it was having to do more heavy lifting within the current quota setup and had been campaigning for a higher quota. Part of the agreement delivered that. They're going to get 300,000 barrels a day extra next year, which no one else is going to get to. But to make sure that that was not taken too badly by the market, they promised to restrain the broader production target until 2025. So it is a mixed picture. It takes some understanding, but I think it was a deal that enabled them to deal with some tricky issues and preserve the unity of the group going into next year. And I think the bullish argument is that we have a much clearer idea about what policy is going to be until the very end of 2025.